The elements of art: form. Okay, first of all, let's discuss the difference between shape and form, because form starts with the shape. Shapes have two dimensions, height and width, and are usually defined by lines. All of this is interconnected. Remember line? Then form is three-dimensional, actually physically three-dimensional, or it has the illusion of being three-dimensional, like in a piece of artwork. Now, if we look at this piece that we've seen before in the line presentation by Aubrey Beardsley, this is very, very flat. It has no form. We use line and some shape, sort of, but it's very different than this drawing by Leonardo da Vinci, which by the shading and highlights that he adds, the lady's face emerges, kind of pushes out from the page as if she's really there. Remember the artist Krull? He's back. This Danish artist, I found some images of him creating this final drawing because I wanted you to see the size of the drawings, because they're very, very huge, bigger than life size. But the way he uses line to create the illusion of three-dimensional form is really amazing and requires lots of planning. But I'm mesmerized by the way that the way he draws the lines, and they're continuous from one side to the other to make that person look like they're crammed back in that little tiny corner, just by the direction and the weight of the lines that he draws. Okay, now we're going to look at some work by Leonardo da Vinci. You may know that he was born in 1452 in Italy, and he died in 1519 in France. I didn't know that he was in France when he passed away, and they think he died of a stroke. So, learn something new every day. But like the drawing of the lady that we just looked at a moment ago, his self-portrait that he did of himself, just by the way where he puts shade, thoughtfully puts shading and highlights, he can make things look like they're emerging from the paper. And it's really kind of amazing, and that we can make people think that things are actually three-dimensional when they're not. Okay, now we'll fast forward to M.C. Escher. If you've done any tessellations or anything, you know about M.C. Escher, and then you've probably seen some of his drawings like this one. He is a master of form. This is actually a print. It's called a lithograph. But he is an absolute master at creating the illusion of three dimensions on a flat piece of paper. Here's one that's seemingly relatively simple. He takes the plane sphere that looks like a styrofoam ball on the right-hand side, and then adds complexity to each one. The clear sphere on the left, and then the one with his reflection in it in the center. Each one getting more and more complex. But if you haven't looked at a lot of his work, I highly suggest, I highly recommend doing that. So I know for a first art assignment for what I'm recording this for, if you know how to create form, I say go for it. But if you are willing to engage and persist, you can try it. But later on, I will be giving you more specific instruction about that. But it's worth a try, because it's really awesome when you can fool people into thinking there are three-dimensional objects emerging out of your paper. Thanks for listening, artists. I'll talk to you later.